Eruption is a competitive board game for 2 to 6 players ages 10 and up. The volcano on your island is erupting out of control, and your village is trying desperately to survive the onslaught of lava. To save your village, you will need to direct the lava toward other villages, build walls of various materials to hold back the lava for as long as possible, and hope the forces of nature are on your side. When lava enters your village, its temperature increases. If it heats up too much, it will burn completely. Once the volcano has finished erupting, the village at the lowest temperature wins. Your village is about to burn up. Can you take the heat? This video contains complete instructions on how to play Eruption. In the box you will find a game board, lava tiles, eruption tiles, wooden walls, wooden scoring markers, action cards, dice, and a full-color instruction booklet. Place the game board at the center of the table. Shuffle the action cards, deal 3 to each player, and place the remainder face down to form the draw pile. Place the eruption tiles face down next to the board. Shuffle the lava tiles and place them face down in a stack at the center of the board. Give each player 1 of each type of wall. Each player chooses a nearby village to defend. The villages that are chosen must be as evenly spaced apart as possible. Scoring markers representing each player's village are placed on the starting space of the burn meter. Lava tiles represent the flow of lava from the volcano at the center of the board toward the villages. To place a lava tile, draw it from the top of the stack and place it appropriately. Each tile must be placed on the board within the grid, match adjacent tiles on all sides, and connect to a lava flow originating from the volcano. Lava may flow into a village or off of the island. Lava may not touch the center of the board where a lava flow doesn't already exist. Eruption tiles are special tiles that are placed at key points during the game. An eruption tile is a new source of lava and can be placed anywhere, as long as other tile placement rules are not violated. Lava tiles can then connect to any eruption tile instead of the main volcano. Players can build walls to try to keep the lava from entering their village. Walls are made of straw, wood, and stone. Each wall type offers a different level of resistance against the lava. Each player begins the game with 1 of each type of wall in his stockpile. If a player places a tile on a resource space, he may retrieve another wall of the indicated material. Walls can be built on a specific lava flow or on the border of a player's own village. The strength of a wall is tested with a dice roll. When rolling the dice, the white die represents the wall and the orange die represents the lava. The one with the higher value wins the roll. If the wall is made of wood, 1 point is added to the white die. If the wall is made of stone, 2 points are added to the white die. Ties go to the lava. A wall that is built on a lava flow requires a player to roll the dice in order to place a lava tile next to it. If the wall wins the dice roll, the tile must be placed elsewhere. If the lava wins the dice roll, the wall is discarded from the board and the tile may be placed. A wall that is built on a village border doesn't prevent tiles from being placed next to it, but protects the village from the lava when assessing damage later on. The burn meter keeps track of the current temperature of each village. On each turn, the current player assesses the damage done to his village by the lava. Burn damage is represented by an increase in temperature on the burn meter. To assess damage, begin by adding 20 degrees to your village's temperature for every incoming lava flow that is not blocked by a wall. Then, roll the dice for each incoming lava flow that is blocked by a wall, from left to right. If the wall wins the dice roll, the wall remains in place and no damage is done to the village at that location. If the lava wins the dice roll, the wall is discarded and the village heats up by 10 degrees. As a village heats up on the burn meter, it enters 3 special areas called danger zones. Each danger zone provides an additional ability to players who are within it. Danger Zone 1 allows a player to build an extra wall on his turn. Danger Zone 2 allows a player to draw an action card on his turn, in addition to building an extra wall. Danger Zone 3 allows a player to place an extra tile on his turn, in addition to drawing an action card and building an extra wall. The first space of each danger zone shows an eruption tile. The 3 eruption tiles are numbered according to the danger zone to which they belong. The first player to enter each danger zone places the corresponding eruption tile on his turn. When an eruption tile is placed, the villages belonging to all other players immediately heat up by 30 degrees. Action cards allow players to carry out actions related to the volcanic eruption and the defense of a village. Each player begins the game with 3 action cards. Players draw an additional action card for each lava flow that they direct into any village. To use an action card, discard it and carry out the action described on the card. Aftershock allows a player to freely rotate any tile. Quake allows a player to draw a new tile and replace any existing one. Sinkhole allows a player to remove any tile from the board. Lava Flow allows a player to draw and place an extra tile. Volcanic Bomb allows a player to remove any wall from the board. Rain allows a player to cool down his village by 30 degrees. Reinforce allows a player to build an extra wall. Relocate allows a player to move 1 or more walls within his own village. A specific action may not be carried out if the result violates tile placement rules. In addition to a specific action, each action card also contains a wall resource for which it can be traded. A player may choose to discard an action card and retrieve a wall of the indicated material instead of carrying out the action. A player may also choose to discard any 2 action cards in exchange for an extra tile placement. When the draw pile is depleted, the discard pile is shuffled and reused as the draw pile. Each turn consists of the following steps in order. Assess damage to your village. Draw and place a lava tile. Be sure to draw an action card for each new lava flow in contact with a village. Play as many action cards as desired with a maximum of 3 cards in hand at the end of the turn. Build a single wall if desired. A turn reference can be found on each corner of the board for assistance during gameplay. Gameplay continues until one of the following events occurs. A village burns up completely by reaching the last space on the burn meter, or the stack of lava tiles is depleted. Then, any remaining lava tiles are removed from the board and players take one last turn. After the final turn, the player whose village is at the lowest temperature wins. There are many ways to play Eruption. When you are ready for fun new variations, try out the Clans, Annihilation, and Lava Forecast rules that are included in the instruction booklet. You can find additional optional rules at www.stratusgames.com.